Welcome to Peloton Roundup, presented by Pro Cycling Bets, where we dig into the stories and action surrounding the professional Peloton. Derek G, also known as the Canadian Goose due to his avid bird-watching pastime, recently signed a 5-year contract extension with Israel Premier Tech, also known by the acronym IPT. Let's dig into who Derek G is, why he resigned, and what it means for both him and IPT. Derek G claimed the hearts of many at the Giro a few weeks back in 2023. The Queen's University Honor Roll student was the epitome of a non-negative racer, being in the break almost every day and claimed 4 second places and 2 fourths on his way to securing 980 UCI points that were badly needed by Israel Premier Tech after being relegated last year. We had inklings Derek was strong after coming from a track background and being in the main break in Paris-Roubaix this year, only to have his hopes dashed as his tire blew out epically on the Ehrenberg segment. He was given 601 odds on the day of his first second place of the Giro. We know because we had him, but since then the betting markets, Peloton, and teams have realized just how strong Derek G is. G was signed with Israel Premier Tech through 2025 prior to the extension at an undisclosed salary, but that salary was certainly less than what he was now worth given his breakthrough performance. At this point, G had 3 options: wait out his contract, break his contract, or renegotiate with IPT for a new contract. Waiting out your contract as a rider is inherently risky, especially one who just had an incredible performance. It is not uncommon for riders to perform well one season and worse the next. It is also not uncommon for riders to crash out and get injured given the dangerous nature of cycling. This was especially the case for G, whose breakout performances were highlighted by his ability to make the break and have the break win. The Giro 2023 was unique in the sense of the reduced size of the peloton due to sicknesses and crashes, and led to the main GC candidates negative racing for most of the race. The main GC teams actively allowed breaks to form and go on for the win on almost every stage. Would that occur in future Grand Tours, in future Giros? Most likely not. G's performance, while outstanding, may not be replicated, although we'd love for G to prove us wrong. Given that, waiting on his contract was risky on a few levels. Breaking his contract also would not have made sense unless a team was willing to coverage the breakage fee, which oftentimes is incredibly high. Wout van Aert was ordered to pay Nuens, his prior team, €662,000 for breach of contract in 2021 after being signed by Jumbo-Visma. Jumbo's salary, and also the Jumbo effect, the performance boost that riders see when joining Jumbo, would have made this make sense. However, for G, it would most likely had not. Breaking a contract also generally causes ill will between the rider and teams he's breaking the contract with. Teams become similar to family when you're with them day in and day out. They see you at your worst and at your best. The team that G was jumping ship to also would need to be able to offer G opportunities that aligned with his goals. Many teams that could pay G's breakage fees probably already had well-worn GC contenders and all their opportunity slots filled up. Israel Premier Tech, on the other hand, G's current team, still had room for G to not get boxed in being a super domestique and potentially grow into a general classification contender, a classics rider, or a stage hunter who isn't bound by certain stages he's allowed to go on in if the team doesn't need him as a domestique. So what did G do? He took the third option and renegotiated with the team, extending his contract for 5 years until 2028, with each year being paid at a higher base salary. Rumors are it was around $600K per year, and hence totaling $3 million over the course of 5 years, which for both parties is a good deal in our opinion. Here's why. G could develop into an extremely strong general classification contender. Say if he got a bit more punch, slightly lighter to climb better, and worked on his sprint. If Israel Premier Tech were to sign someone like that, it could cost well more than $600K a year, likely 1.5 to 2 million euros. And if not, well, G had proven he can be a great, if not excellent, stage hunter on his day. And boy oh boy, do Israel Premier Tech need good stage hunters if they ever want to make it back to the World Tour level of cycling. It's a good hedge by Israel Premier Tech as well. And for G, he's now secure even if he crashes or even if his stock peak at the Giro 2023. Israel Premier Tech has the opportunity to allow him to grow, watch him develop, especially as the older GC riders like Michael Woods and Froome eventually head out the door. It's also worth taking stock of just how close riders get to their teams. Geraint Thomas re-signed with Ineos in 2022 even though he knew he was getting less money than he could have and would be tasked with, in most cases, having a domestique for the new young riders on Ineos' squad. Thomas, however, had grown accustomed to the atmosphere within the team and had made friends with all the support staff and coaches. Similarly, in the press release on the signing, G stated that Israel Premier Tech had become a family to him. Israel Premier Tech also being an informal Canadian team with the likes of Ugo Uhl and Michael Woods probably didn't hurt. If you made it this far in the video, thanks. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. We're always happy to hear your thoughts regarding cycling. Do you think this deal made sense for G, for Israel Premier Tech? Let us know below. Ciao.